their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Hands it off. At the 40, there he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Hard running there. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy on the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
And I love right out of the gate, this offense is going to be creative, and they're going to try to get their best players the football out in the open field. You saw it right there.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. Leaves it with the back. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their 1st drive of the game is working to perfection.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Give to the running back. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. And the Gamecocks are in the hurry-up. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They go 83 yards on the drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff team has the ball teed up and they're about ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Yellow Jackets offense will go to work for the 1st time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Open space at the 25. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
They'll try to pop the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
You just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Pocket starts to collapse. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second.
Georgia Tech, 0.
Power football with the run. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play.
Well, he was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle for loss.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke, at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Gets it out quickly. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The hand to the running back. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on 3rd down.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Snags it over the middle. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. He makes a grab. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. And the Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. He's looking to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quick strike complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. On the option. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the chains for this offense. And the Yellow Jackets are on the move. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Looking down the middle. He's got it. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. A nice job between those two.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. He wants to throw. Fires to the right. And that pass picked off. Looking for more room. The 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, South Carolina. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Cal is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Aaron Rodgers should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Akron. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Complete to the left. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Going up top on first down. Buying some time. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Setting up the screen. Oh, it's picked. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And how about that play by this defense? Reading the running back, coming out of the backfield, breaking on the football, making the pick, and then walking himself into the end zone for a touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 28-0. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Keeps looking downfield. At the 35, he's got room. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Wide open downfield. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's back to throw on second down. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was on me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
Never a doubt.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the returner will be brought down. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gamecocks will kick it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Got him downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Fast motion from the offense. On second down, looking again to throw. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, the receiver getting a little ahead of himself on that one. You saw him calling for the ball. He thought he was wide open. He thought that was going to be an easy catch. The ball finally gets to him, and he drops it. If you're going to call for the ball like that and call your shot, you've got to...
He's going to throw deep right side. And here's the third interception of the night. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're trying to get to him. He throws one to the left. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
He's loose. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. Snap in the shotgun. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Coming after him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
He's right on target. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field, looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
After the incompletion, let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 33. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the catch, and it'll be third down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration.
Yeah, and he looked like he had the opportunity to secure that obviously open over the middle of the field, but you know how that works. Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit, and you see more drops over the middle of the field.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team gets the returner off the ground. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll throw it on first down. And that ball is picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
But we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground.
Second down coming up.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Georgia Tech.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Ole Miss found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Oxford. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Second down coming up. They go to the ground. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Gamecocks will line it up on first and 10. He's looking to throw it. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Gets it out fast. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the move. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. The Gamecocks headed quickly to the line.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
That completion will take him inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Buys a little time with his feet. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And the beatdown has ensued. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. To the air on first down. Trying to get to it. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football is going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him. And they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack there.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack, and that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
On second down, looking to throw. Using the quick game. Oh, he dropped it! Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Man, that's a big mistake. And listen, I'm still going to force feed my playmakers. If I'm that quarterback, I'm that OC, I'm walking over to that guy and be like, listen, it's okay. It's a little bit of a mistake. We're still going to find ways to get you the rock. You're too important to this team not to give you the football.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here lately.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Looking to go up top on first down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together, run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. He'll just keep slinging it. Feeling some heat. He's going to run it. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Getting some heat. Working that left side. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Jones. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And it's caught! Touchdown! Georgia Tech!
Touchdown.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Moving out of the pocket. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water hoods. And you can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Dances away. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina! And the route is on. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
First and 10.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. It'll be a draw. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to
Lofts one high and deep. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been